So a few months ago, I did a let's maximize this Ultimate Miles Morales, but I wanted to double back because there's a few more things I want to touch up on. I wanted to fix these hips finally. I wanted to replace these ball joints. They're really loose. It was from a CT Miles Morales. And so I got this guy on sale on Amazon. I was going to use his hands mostly, and then maybe the head. I was going to float around with a couple different ideas off of that guy. But I went ahead and tried the hands on here, and they didn't fit right away. The little pegs were a little too long. So I went ahead and grabbed my pin vise so we could drill that out. I also filled these holes to fit the ball joints. So I just had to ream them back out in general. And then they were able to fit in fine. But as you can see, these hands are a little big. I know the Miles Morales Gamerverse is a teen body, but this is, like a kid body. So it's even smaller. From a distance and posed, I could see how this might work. So I'm going to sit on it for now. I also flirted with the idea of using web shooters, visible web shooters. I always like that look. And this makes it look a little less large, but it still is significantly bigger than a standard hand. So we're going to double back to that. But first, let's go ahead and touch up the hips. I went ahead and did the X-Scorpio mod that he showed off, where you Dremel out the hip, and then it sits a little bit better on the ball joint. As you can see here, it's not a huge difference right away, but it is better than where we started off, considering these hips were insane. But I went ahead and did some more. My friend C&D Figures mentioned sanding it down. I know a couple other creators did it as well. And so I did it myself. I grabbed my Dremel and then I slowly filed it down until it was smooth. And then I did it on the other leg. And when it's on the figure, you can see this is a huge difference. It flows so much better. It looks a lot more natural. Those other hips were just absolutely ridiculous. The longer I look at this, I can probably convince myself it's not fully even, but it is pretty good, all things considered. And then I went ahead and bought a kit off of Amazon for new ball joints. I got these here. These are pretty solid, pretty common in the Mafex world for replacement joints. These are definitely better for like larger wrist and ankles. As you can see here, these are a little big. Again, this body's tricky to work with because it's a kid body. But this is so much tighter. As you can see, I can't even make a shift. So when it's posed up, it's hardly noticeable that it's so large. And this gives us the ball joint articulation that we lost out on because the other balls were just way too loose. I went ahead and hit a matte clear coat as well because I had to paint up the legs after I sanded them down to get them more even. And altogether, this guy is solid now. The feet still hold up well and everything else. So I'm really liking this. As we do some size comparisons, I guess this Gamerverse Miles will just go into my collection now. And I also got this Walmart exclusive Peter Hammond Spider-Man just to show that this guy is definitely really small. This is a perfect teen body though, or kid body. So I hope they continue with it. And here he is with the Sentinel Miles, definitely the smallest figure in my collection. And Maxim Spidey. So let me know what you think.